Thank you all for coming. Coach Haynes is joined by Dree Archer and Roosevelt next. Coach starts off here with opening statement.
Again, a great win. To send our seniors out the right way last time in Kent State uniform in Dick Stadium for them to get wins. And then a lot of these guys made great contributions in today's win, so it was good to see all the way around it. All 16 seniors played, got in the game, and played a good game for us. So we got one more to finish the mission. And that's kind of what we talked about, to send them out on a winning note and to really to start 2 in a row for our off-season program for our younger guys. So it's a good win, good class, good way to for them to finish again their career here in Dick Stadium.
Jan, Rosie, you guys talked about that last night out there and kind of the emotions maybe before the game, during the game, and then now?
Yeah, it was real emotional before the game. You know, walking out there, seeing the parents on the field, shaking coach's hand, Joel's hand. It was real emotional for a lot of seniors. But, the emotion started, they started slowing down once the game started. We started playing football.
I mean, it's going to be a tough day going into it. You just think about, I've been here for 4 years. And I remember my first interview, it's just happened so fast. And, even though this year hasn't really gone how we wanted it to be, it's still a great feeling to go out there with a bunch of guys that you've gone through it with, goods and bads. So just going out there and just knowing that we're just playing for each other, this is a great feeling.
Do you feel like you're able to use that energy at all tonight to help in the win? And you feel like it played any better or any different?
When you see people tearing up because it's their last, home game in the Kent State uniform, it does something to you. It makes you want to play. So there's a lot more, high fives and, good jobs, this, that, and third. Because, you feel for people, the young guys feel for the older guys. And, I feel for Drew when he scored. You know what I mean? He can't score on Kent State, the Dick Stadiums anymore. I can't get any sacks in Kent State Stadium no more. So, when you just know it's your last, you just got to give it all and just do what you can do.
You guys seemed to be really inspired to start the second half, particularly yourself, Yahoo. I think you had 2 tackles for loss in the first series and just 3 and out real fast and got the ball back for the offense.
We talked about throughout the whole year, Coach said it today, our first and our third quarters have been not how we were supposed to play this whole season. And, we just really emphasized, this is the most important series of the game, is this first series coming out of the halftime. And, we mixed with the energy and the emotion everybody was playing with, we played and did things we were supposed to do.
Dree, seems like a lot of your long runs have been right up the middle, historically. And the one you had today was a touchdown. It was right up the middle. How do you sense that, or?
Yeah, I might be a little guy, but I like running between the tackles. That's something I love to do. I'm not really, even though my build is smaller. I'm not really I don't like running outside. I like running between the tackles. Seeing the hole, just hitting the hole.
Defensively, number-wise, probably your best effort. You just talk about what you were able to do tonight.
Really, when you look at them, you saw that they were going to try to come in and try to shorten the game and run the football a bunch. And, we'll sit there and look at all the mistakes that we made with all the missed tackles. But when we challenge these guys to make sure, and we talked to them about they were going to try to shorten the game and just run the football, that's when they stepped up and we did a better job of stopping the run and controlling the gaps. But I commend them for everything that they've been through. Changing coaches in the middle of the year, those kids still play hard, so it's good to sit there and see that they have still a lot of fight, in them, and they didn't give up, and they will. There's some tough kids out there, so they're very well coached. Those coaches do a very good job of keeping that team together, so I commend them on their effort.
You talked about running the football. You guys ran it pretty well together.
And these guys were excited about running it. I heard them on the sideline, Dree and Trayon was talking about, we're just going to switch off. We're just gonna keep, pounding it and running it. So they were excited about running the football, and anytime you got your kids excited about running it, it seems to work a little bit better. So it was good to see. It was good to see, and we got to be able to run the football to win.
What happened with Murray?
You know what? I don't know right now. I don't know exactly what happened to him. I know he got hurt. I think it's his hip. I think a hip pointer. So we'll see tomorrow how he is, and he's got to get healthy real fast just because we got a short week.
You got Colin too. Colin went off kind of.
I think Colin's going to be okay. I think it was just his ankle got rolled up.
Same one.
You know what? I don't know that for sure.
You mentioned the slow starts. Did that have something? I'm not even sure about the punt. Was that a fake or?
Oh my gosh, that was the worst fake in America. I think in the history of college football. And it was bad. It wasn't executed the right way. So, but we wanted, it was a fake. It was a fake. It just, he saw something different than what he should have, and it was ugly. It was ugly. So I'll take the blame for that one.
You didn't have the checkout?
Well, we had a check. We got the look we wanted. And he's just supposed to catch it and take 2 steps and then sprint. It's kind of more like a juke or fake, or they've been watching Dree too much or something. I don't know what that was, but it didn't work.
Talk about your defense just one more time. Just over the course of the game, you get a pick, you got a fumble, recovery, which was big.
Yeah.
They were driving, and
Yeah.
that was a big fumble recovery, and then obviously Rosie had 3 or 4 on their stats, 3 or 4 tackles for loss, sacks.
Yeah, they play hard. They play real hard, and it's kind of a bend sometimes, but then we. Most important thing is kept them out of the end zone. So made plays when we had to. I don't know how many sacks did Rosie get, but I know he was too short of the school record. So hopefully he did get those 1.5 and 2, so he can leave here as the sack leader in Kent State history.
Rosie, how important would something like that be to you? There still is another game if for some reason you are a half a sack short or whatever, but how important would that be to you?
I just think it would be crazy. I'm going for it. I already have a tackle for loss, so having two records in my name, it's just a great feeling. I've been here for 4 years, and just to know there's something I'm like that working for. So, I'm going for it. That's all I can say. I think I got to get one more to put me over the top, but just hope and pray that preparation meets opportunity.
Thinking of reminiscing, remember when you first came in and there was, not necessarily a lot of hoopla over you, but you had such a great season that freshman year and all the accolades came pretty quickly, and then you battled injuries the next couple of years. Can you just talk about the perseverance to kind of get through that, to still be able to be in this point where you can have these 2 records?
I just like to think of myself as a tough kid. You look at a lot of stuff, and people who get bad toes and bad backs and stuff like that, they take time off, and I've played through it all, injuries, and just having to do everything that I need to do to make sure I can get to the game. And I just thank the training staff, support staffs, all the people I talk to, it's definitely hard, because you want to practice. You don't want to just show up at the game, because people like Dree, they practice, and even second string, third string, they always practice, and I can't take reps in practice because of this or that like that. And I want to practice. I want to be out there and not just playing the games, but it's definitely hard, and I got a lot of good people around me that support me, and my teammates are great. So battling injuries is just a part of the game.
If you don't mind, you talk a little bit about battling injuries this year and how disappointing maybe in general when you'll look back, or will it not be long?
It's all part of life, Injuries, it's gonna happen, whether I was here or whether I was not. So it's just part of the game. I'm always gonna look back on it, but it's something I can't be mad about. Everything happens for a reason, so I just gotta keep moving forward.
Coach mentioned earlier about you and Trayon. You really had that going on the sidelines. Can you kind of share what you guys were?
Yeah, me and him, we like to joke on the sideline a lot. We was both, the running game was going real well. Once we start getting both of us started, it's hard to contain both of us. So we just try to feed up each other's energy. We just try to compete against each other. So it's just, we're just out there having fun.
Paul, do you mind speaking individually about these two as seniors, not just today, but just in general, what they've brought to this team?
Well, they brought, of course, playmaking ability. They brought good leadership, not really only to this team, but to, I think, Kent State football. And I think these are two guys that are going to be talked about for a long time. And when you talk about leaving a legacy, I think these two guys have done a good job of leaving a legacy. I know down the road, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when you talk about the record books, these guys are both going to be in it. And when you talk about number 5 and number 1, these guys are always going to be mentioned. So they have definitely done a good job. And the good thing also too is they're great students. Also too. So when you look at them as a complete Kent State football player, me as an alum, I'm proud to be in the same boat as these guys as Kent State football alumni. But they've definitely done a good job of leaving their legacy on and off the field.
You talked about sending the seniors out the right way. Obviously, getting a victory on senior night is part of that. What does that mean to you as a coach, through this difficult season? How big is that?
It's huge, especially, transition is hard on anyone. And, a lot of times the kids aren't taken into consideration. You just get a new coach and you just move on. And, I'm was in the same boat as these guys. I went through 3 coaches. I'm these guys' 3rd coach, and they didn't know me from Adam. So that's a tough situation on these guys. So I commend this whole class even more for having to go through this again. And, tried to keep a lot of it consistent with the offense and defense, so they didn't have to do that. They just had to sit there and learn who we were. But it's tough, but like I said, those guys handled it well. They took me in, well, because they didn't have to. And no, it didn't work out the way, but these, as you go on down the road, these guys are going to forget about the record. They're just going to remember the locker room, what happened at their apartments, the times at Kent State, and it's been great memories for them. When you talk to them, when you listen to them, they've had a good time here at Kent State.
Can you guys imagine that, being distanced enough from it to forget the disappointments of this year and look back on everything as a whole?
I mean, you can't do nothing about it. You understand what it is, We're not losers. Our record may represent that, but, we don't could care less what anybody got to say about us. They wanted to play us, they could play us, and we'll go play anybody. We'll strap up with anybody. Just like you said, I got stuff I won't never forget. From the locker room, from home, from the practice field, from games. My record could mean nothing to me. I could give 2 cares about it. Friendships and relationships I'll never forget about.